History is a clock that people use to tell their political and cultural time of day. History tells of people where they have been and what they have been, where they are and what they are. Most important, history tells a people where they still must go and what they still must be.
I have warned in Awakening the Natural Genius of Black Children that the main purpose of education is not preparing black children for jobs. It is not preparing them to work for white folk. That is not the main purpose of the education of our children or our people. For if that is our main purpose, then it means another constant has remained in the world, and that's the constant of slavery under a different name. Now it's called looking for a job.
I am tired of slave trade. We have other things about our life than the slave trade. Not that the slave trade wasn't an important part in our lifestyle, but there's an aspect of the slave trade I wish that we could get rid of. And that's the biggest lie of all. All of us walking around talking about our African brother who sold us into slavery. We're the only people who have ever been in slavery by an enemy that charge our own self with the slavery and can't support it. Everybody you hear walking around with this damn nonsense about Africans selling his brother in slavery can't give you the name of the king, can't give you the name of the country or the period of time in which this took place. So I don't want to be another one to be added to this nonsense. I go to the Nile Valley because it is the foundation of man's society. And it is something that you must know. Many of you must have come from church today, the Christian church. Many of you just yesterday came from the Hebrew church, call it Hebrew Israelite or whatever Israelite you want to call it. Many of you went to the Muslim mosque Friday night. But none of you know that all of them are nothing but poor copy of what came from the Nile Valley.
So I don't know what it takes to have a wake-up call. All I know is that when we came over here from Africa, we were 90% cavity-free. And most of you don't even have all your teeth, which is pitiful. So we have to go back and look at what we were doing before all of this happened. So it's important that we understand melanin, because melanin is how we define what a race is. But it's also important that we understand that everyone else plays a cultural game when they come here to America. They do that. If the Asians come here, they open up an Asian market. They can't eat unless they see Korea on the plate or China on the plate. If the Irish come over here, the Italians come over here, they say, I want Italian food. I have to see Italy on the plate. So everybody's attaching food to culture. Everybody. The Chinese have a Chinese market. They eat their Chinese food. They say, I have to see China on this plate or I can't eat. So you say, I don't know what to eat. I mean, okay, you say, I can't do all that research, you know. So you say, I'll just look at those pictures. They got pictures all over with hieroglyphics, paintings of what their ancestors ate. You won't see any white sugar. You won't see any bleached white flour. You won't see a glass of milk. You won't see any salt. Because your ancestors said, well, if you can't read this stuff, I'm going to paint it on the wall what we ate. So we know we're not eating our diet. When you off your culture, you off your diet. When you off your diet, you off your culture. You can't have one without the other.